Hey everyone, Talkin Taiko with Tyrone here, and surprise again for the second time in a row. It's not our guest host Mark H. Rooney doing an episode. So for a guy who's supposed to be on paternity leave, I seem to be doing a lot of these episodes of Talkin Taiko Tyrone. But just like last time, I have another special episode because we're going to be talking about a real exciting program that's going to be coming up in the end of July, beginning of August is actually the date, but we're going to hear more about the exact dates and what this all entails. Because this is Talkin Taiko with Tyrone presents Beyond the Drum, a TCA program. So, anyways, as I am not doing this alone, of course, I have someone who is, I think, setting a new record for being on the show multiple times, but yet never having her own show herself as a solo person. But this is show number 3 for TCAs. Christina McGahey, welcome.
Thank you. Wow, show number 3.
Yeah,
Time flies.
Technically, I think you are actually tied with Mark H now for most shows where you, I guess that aren't like multiple part shows. Yes. I think so, because he was on that one. Yes. So you are now tied with Mark H, but you've never had your own show, so you actually haven't beat in other places. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, actually.
Congratulations.
Yes, as we speaking about a program that TCA just sponsored this past weekend. So another guest that we have here to tell us a little bit more about Beyond the Drum is another friend of the podcast who was a former guest. We have Stewart Payton.
Hi, everyone.
Awesome. Okay, so let's get into it. I don't know which one of you guys wants to go first, but let's go ahead and start off and just giving us kind of the high overview synopsis of kind of what is Beyond the Drum, and then we'll kind of dive a little bit deeper into that as we go forward here. But why don't you tell us a little bit about what it is?
Okay, so I'm gonna cut you off, Stuart. I didn't even know if you wanted to talk. I'm sorry, but Beyond the Drum is TCA's first ever virtual conference, and we are super excited to be launching it this year. I think the timing couldn't have been better, especially in light of the fact of us having to postpone NATC all the way out until 2023. We wanted to do something big for the community and with the community this year, and doing a virtual program just made a lot of sense. We started talking last year at a program we did called Vision 2020 about all the stuff we wish we would have time at practice to talk about beyond playing on the drum, right? And it really, I credit Sue Yuen with coining the term Beyond the Drum. And shortly after that program last year, Derek had this brain bubble that he presented to everybody inside of TCA, like, what if we did a conference called Beyond the Drum? And it just kind of snowballed from there. So I'm very honored, actually, because Stuart is a member of the committee that's been planning this conference the whole time in the background. And so, I'm very excited that we get to share this with Tyrone and with the Taiko community in this way. So thank you too, Stuart, for being here.
My pleasure.
Awesome. Stuart, anything to add to that since you are on the committee?
I'm on the committee with Christina and a whole bunch of people, and I'm thinking of this as contact, community, content, connection. I came up with a lot of, let's see. That's kind of where I am right now, and I've been at a bunch of the meetings. I'm excited about different things that are planned, and for some reason, unusual for me, I don't have very many words right now.
Oh, okay. Well, let's dive a little bit deeper in. So we're talking about this TC's first virtual conference. It's all the things that we want to do outside of that we never get to really do kind of at practice. But let's drill down a little bit deeper and talk about kind of specifically kind of like what are there going to be like workshops, or kind of what's the format, and what if someone is going to be attending Beyond the Drum, kind of what are they expecting to participate in as a conference participant?
Yeah, because it's a virtual space, there's a lot of cool things that we're able to do as opposed to having a physical gathering like NATC. So one of the things that I do like to share with everyone about Beyond the Drum is once you register, you have pretty much full access. You can attend stuff live the days of the conference, which will be July 30th through August 1st this summer, or you can watch them after the fact as a recording. And
Oh,
it's going to
okay.
be a combination of things, a panel, webinars. There also will be interactive workshops, and these will be a combination of facilitators that are some familiar faces, right? We've got like Tiffany Tamadabuchi, for example, teaching a session on ergo taiko and how to prevent like injury while playing. And then we've got some new voices that TCA has not featured or brought forward in previous programming as well. It's going to be a really cool combination. I think one of the ones that I'm particularly excited about, because I have two little kids at home, is with Rome Hamner and Kristen Block from South Bay Beat Institute, and they're leading a session called Taiko for Little Kids. But
Oh, okay.
there's lots of other, I think, more philosophical offerings too, like how to nurture the Taiko spirit and how to embrace identity and Taiko and navigate that conversation within yourself and within the community. So really cool offerings. Who else am I missing here, Stuart? Because we have, I think, over 30 facilitators for the conference.
Oh, wow.
Boy, yes, and I don't have the list right in front of me, but PJ
Hmm.
and let's see, I think, gosh, I'm feeling on the hook, and um, at the moment I'm thinking about also the one-on-one time that people can schedule with different members in the Taiko community as well.
Yeah. So one of the cool things we're doing between sessions is we're calling them mentor meetings or mentor lunches, where individuals that we consider mentors would be like taiko folks that are well seasoned, like 20 years plus in playing taiko or performing taiko. And you could book a time slot to just have a one-on-one conversation with them. And these are people like the PJs, right, of the universe, and Roy, and a lot of other people from TCA's advisory council and beyond. I know Kenny Endo and Chizuko will be involved with the conference as well. So we're just really fortunate to have so much knowledge kind of in one space where, I mean, how cool would it be just to geek out for 20 minutes with somebody in a Zoom call and ask them anything you want to pick their brain, or just like become their new best friend. So that is a really cool feature of the conference too. Absolutely.
I'm laughing because you're saying yes, it's this mentor lounge, and you can talk to people like PJ or Roy or me because I'm in there too.
Tyrone's also a mentor.
Like, I don't know about that part. It's like
Well,
you can
that's
talk to people like PJ Roy or this Tyrone guy.
this Tyrone fella is also a mentor, and we're really excited to have him on board. Absolutely.
Oh man. It's funny. I'm actually kind of perusing on my other screen here, kind of as you guys are talking about some of this. There's on the website. You want to shout out the website where people can go take a look at the agenda, and they've got a lot of cool stuff here. You want to tell us what that is?
Yeah. So if you go to TCA's website, which is Taiko Community Alliance, all lowercase one word.org/beyond hyphen the hyphen drum. You're going to find a save the date blurb. You're going to find a how-to video on how to use our virtual conference platform. We're using something called Swap Card, which is going to be fantastic because it'll allow you to watch your sessions live or the recorded versions, schedule your own personal itinerary within the
Oh,
platform, set up your own profile, video chat with a friend, or talk to a virtual vendor, because we have about a dozen virtual vendors that are a combination of TCA partners and even new ones TCA's never worked with before. So yeah, that's definitely a good page to keep in mind. There should also be a link to register there. But if you miss it, we'll also be putting a registration link in the next issue of TCA Beat, which comes out June 24th.
okay. Yeah, I'm looking through the list of speakers and facilitators, and there's a lot of people that I feel like that a lot of people are going to know, and then there's a lot of people that I know who probably haven't, been featured in this type of, conference format, leading a discussion or leading a workshop. But definitely people that I'm very happy to see on that list of facilitators, and just kind of perusing through here, I see a handful of people that have been former guests on the podcast. And so I want to give a shout out to all of our past guests here, just kind of looking around. Sarah Ayako is on there. Let's see, Isaku Kageyama, former guest, Jason Matsumoto. Let's see, Manman Mui is on there, Carly Okamura. So these are just some of the former guests. Tiffany Tamadabuchi, Josh Yoon, let's see who
Mhm.
else we have here. I saw Yui Kamiya. There she is.
Yep.
So Chris Bergstrom, Michelle Fuji, Chizuko Endo. Yeah, so that's a good handful of past guests on Talkin Taiko Tyrone. So if you are listening to this for the first time or come across this, you can learn more about these people that are going to be your facilitators at this conference by just going to either Spotify or SoundCloud and type in Talkin Taiko with Tyrone, and then you can just peruse through our now 60 plus, I think 65 plus episode bank of different interviews that we've done with some of these workshop leaders, so you can know a little bit about them before you actually go into the workshop and learn something from them at Beyond the Drum. So
Yeah, 65 plus. That's incredible, Tyrone. Congratulations.
yeah,
That's
thank you.
amazing.
It's pretty wild. It's like, we just keep doing these, and who knew that, we would have thought that it might have not have made it past the first 4 or 5. So
Now you make friends with everybody, so that doesn't surprise me at all that you know most of the facilitators. But what's cool is we get to feature these facilitators kind of through a lens that they don't often get to share when they're leading Taiko workshops. So it's not about skill drills necessarily, it's about other topics that they are highly talented and experienced in leading. And now we're bringing it into the Taiko realm to look at and explore. So it's all going to be beyond the drum, and it's going to be very cool. Yeah.
yeah, one of the funny things that makes me laugh too is just because a lot of these are going to be a lot of the kind of discussion workshops, which I love the discussion workshops. Like sometimes there was times at different conferences where I was like, you know what, kind of where I am with my Taiko career, it's like, can I just like forego doing any playing workshops and just go to all the discussion workshops? And then whoever the organizer was like, I guess so, but we might have to kind of figure out how to do that because of the new way that Josh has set the algorithm up. So then I was like, just never mind. I don't want to cause problems. But I know last time I think I just ended up signing up as an observer, and I just floated around to like a bunch of different places and whatnot, and a lot of times just going to a bunch of these discussion workshops. So this is a really cool thing that it's going to have a mix of everything. Just kind of looking through, as I'm kind of, like I said, browsing through this agenda, a good mix of some of these interactive demonstration, and then also kind of probably I don't want to say like lectures, but I'm guessing, knowing some of these facilitators, there's probably going to be a lot of interaction between the participants in these workshops, and so it's you've got a good variety of stuff here. So but yeah, and it's great to see that we're going to have the marketplace, and assuming that's also going to be an extension off of kind of the already marketplace that exists with TCA that we talked about in the last time Christina was on the show with Paul about the new marketplace. You guys make sure you guys check that on TCA's website. But yeah, so now looking on here, and I didn't even think about this. We don't have a list of those mentors yet. Are we going to see a list of who some of those people are? And do I need to submit a bio that I just missed in an email somewhere that I didn't do? Or
Yeah, that's a great question. And not to call anyone out on this call, but once we get all of that finalized information from our collective group of mentors, there is about 25 of them that have agreed to participate. They will be added to the registration platform, and those will be booked as like a first come, first serve per time slot. So it'll probably be some type of chart on the registration platform. You find the person and the time slot that is available, and that's how you would book a mentor meeting with those individuals, which is pretty cool.
Cool. Can you give us any more sneak peeks on some of the other people that might be on that mentor to kind of get people excited? Or are we not allowed to do that here?
No, I love giving Tyrone exclusives. So trying to think of who else we've got. Folks like Su Yuen, of course, is going to be on there. We I think Johnny Mori.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Steve Sano. Trying to go back through my emails to make sure here. Not that I get like 50 emails a day about Beyond the Drum and
yeah,
all
I
the
know,
planning.
seriously, especially with it coming up so quickly.
Yeah, your buddy Mark H is going to be a mentor.
All
so
right.
I think I remember signing up too.
Awesome.
Yeah, we were trying to elbow Stewart into leading a workshop session, but he was all nice and said, no, let's make room for some other facilitators to come in. He's just going to plan it behind the scenes. Like Iris is going to be a mentor.
Oh, okay. Good.
So yeah, just Linda Wisa Uemura, of course, from San Jose Taiko, Yuta Kato, Russell Baba, lots of cool mentors actually on this list. So
Oh man, maybe I feel like I want to go into a mentor session with some of these people.
you're going to be busy mentoring
I
other
know.
people, Tyrone.
Well, let's hope so. Please sign up for my mentorship. But now this mentors, do this kind of, what's the schedule on that? Is that like kind of ongoing, or is there a certain time period that's happening kind of not during like the regular workshop time, or kind of what's the schedule on how that looks?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first day, opening day, is going to start at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and the mentor sessions will be either sandwiched during the lunch breaks between all of our workshop offerings, or before or after over the next 3 days of the conference, depending on which day you book. So you will be able to have your mentor sessions, and it won't disrupt your ability to go take any sessions or any workshops that you want to sign up for as well.
Nice.
I will say that the mentor meetings are kind of an add-on to registration, because this was initially something that was gifted to TCA as a fundraising effort by like our advisory council and other folks in the community that wanted to support TCA in this fashion. So as you register, just keep that in mind as well. If you decide not to book a mentor meeting, there's going to be free fun stuff and social networking things during the lunch break with other committee members like Jen from Las Vegas, Jen Caballeros, who'll be playing games in a Zoom space. And we'll also, again, you'll be able to video chat and try to have as close to real-time physical conversations with fellow conference attendees as possible.
Yeah, and that's good. And I wanted to hop in. I was going there next, so thanks for reading my mind. But let's jump back for a minute, because you talked about something important there that I wanted to, that was kind of next on my list. Yeah. So what does it cost to be able to participate? And kind of, are there different kind of tiers? Like the mentors you kind of talked about, it was kind of gifted, but you have to pay for those separate, or kind of how does the structure for signing up and paying for this event?
Yeah, so I did mention earlier that registration gives you full access to the conference because it's a virtual one. So we don't have like just pay for one day, or it's an all or nothing registration, but I actually think that works out to the attendees' advantage. So if you are a member of TCA, it costs $50 to register for the conference. But again, you'll get access to the other fun stuff we're going to talk about, I think, in a couple of minutes with the conference, as well as the session offerings and the recordings of those things. So you can go back and either rewatch something you attended live, or watch a whole new set of things that you weren't able to attend during the live conference itself. If you're a non-member, it's $75 to enroll and register for Beyond the Drum. But TCA is also doing a summer-long crowdfunding campaign right now called TCA Running, or Keep TCA Running, I should say.
Oh, that's right.
So yeah, so if you go to our Classy fundraising site, which is just classy.org, and then you could look up TCA and you sign up to be a fundraiser for that program and hit the $150 mark in donations, you are also going to be granted free registration to be on the drum.
Oh, okay,
So
nice.
if you want to help TCA but not hit your pocket so hard, I recommend doing that, and asking your friends and family and your networks as well to maybe donate $5-10 here and there until you hit that $150 mark, because then you get to help us and also still get to reap all the benefits of full access to the conference.
Nice.
So
yeah, that's a good tie-in. That's a good tie-in. I think I'd heard about that, but I'd kind of forgotten about that. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. Man, wow, that's a really good price though. $50 for if you are a member, even 75 if you're not, to be able to kind of to take these workshops. And how many workshop sessions do we have over? It's a 3-day conference. So how many workshop sessions do you actually kind of get to go to?
Yeah, so if you were wanting to do like just in the moment, the live 3-day event, you'd be able to pick 1, 2, 3, 4 separate sessions live, and you'll have access to 20 plus sessions of recordings after
Oh,
that
that's
too.
right. Okay, yeah. And as I'm kind of like thinking about this, so when I want to go and look at one of the past sessions, like how long is that open? Like how long do I have to be able to kind of watch those? Do they kind of get like shut off at some point in time, or how long do I have access?
Yeah, that's a great question too. We're trying to be respectful in the virtual space. This is territory TCA has never really broached with artists and professionals before. So having conversations with facilitators and those experts in the field that are presenting this knowledge at the conference, I think we've all agreed that for 1 month after the conference, you can have full access without any restriction. And then thereafter, it would really depend on the permission level that's been given to us by that particular facilitator. So
Okay.
then it would depend on the topic
I
at
see.
that point.
I see. Okay, well that's cool. Now, okay, man, that's like the deal keeps getting even better and better. It's like you get it for free if you do the fundraising. If you don't, if you're not going to be able to do that for $50 as your member, you can go in and you're going to be able to do the 4 live sessions, 20 plus sessions that you can kind of watch for another month after the event is over. You could participate in probably at least a couple of these mentor sessions if they're going to be for 20 minutes each. And I think I'm locked in for at least a couple hours. And so, you can potentially hop, I'm guessing, between mentor sessions.
Yeah, those time slots for the mentors are going to be a first come, first serve basis situation. So if you find an available time slot to hang out with Tyrone 3 times, I'm not going to stop you from doing it. Yeah.
I don't know if people want to do that. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But in any case, yeah. So, and just a heads up, I think I'm going to be participating Sunday morning. That's is that August 1st?
That would be August 1st.
August 1st. Yeah, I'll be doing the Sunday morning. It's so funny how how for whatever reason everything always happens at the same time. Like nothing else is happening anywhere around anything, but that specific weekend, like everything is happening. So we're doing a kind of a 100-day celebration at my mother-in-law's house for my son, even though it's actually the 100 plus days, because yesterday was his 100th day. So it's still doing the celebration just because of timing, but it's less than 200 days. So so that's happening that weekend. So I'll be kind of broadcasting up from Anacortes, which is about an hour and a half, a couple hours north of my house. So but I will be there. So yeah, let's talk about the other thing that I'm involved in, and you kind of alluded to this too. Talking about kind of some of these fun activities and some of the games that Jen was doing at the lunchtime activities. So we already know that you already talked about these games that were going to happen during this lunch period, and just kind of give a heads up, I am going to be able to help Jen run some of our Talkin Taiko Tyrone presents game night games on the Friday game session. And depending on kind of what happens, I may be able to do Sunday too, but now that this 100-day thing is happening, it might be a little bit sketchy, but definitely I'm locked in for Friday. So you guys make sure you guys check out if you want to play some of the games that you watch on that we play with people on YouTube. And Stewart and Christina actually played these before too. So yeah, was it fun? You guys had a good time playing?
Super fun. They were so fun.
It was hard.
Yeah,
it was fun.
You're supposed to say it's easy, so that way it encourages people to come.
It's easy. It's easy.
Yeah. No, but seriously, yeah, we're going to be playing some of those games on the Friday session. But outside of just talking about me this whole time, what are some of the other cool things that you've got planned for kind of during these like off times that are not necessarily where people aren't, trying to get into these like live workshops or doing the mentoring sessions?
Yeah, that's a great question. So it's going to be fun to do games and hang out with Tyrone, yes. But for all the other things that we could do as a community together, we thought, how cool would it be to release films and have some film festival of sorts, and you can coordinate with friends that are also attending to do a watch party or something on the video feed that we'll be having throughout the conference. So in addition to that too, we have a silent auction that will be happening with some really cool auction items. And again, because this is a virtual space, these are auction items that TCA has never really offered it before. We are talking about embracing technology, embracing the non-physical. So I actually offered up like some of my own business consulting services for free. So you can get a few hours of time with me just to like pick your brain about what to do with the group. But then we have really cool I call it new age, but new prizes like 3D printed Oni mask from one of our new TCA partners, Shack's 3D printing and stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, and I've seen them. They're hand painted and they're lightweight and durable as heck, and they're perfect for performing in. But it's like, how cool that we're starting to do those things as well in the auction. We've actually I think collected over 20 different items now for the auction, from just generous folks within the community and beyond. So beyond. I keep saying beyond again. It's like the word of the day. Do you remember Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse?
Yeah.
Yes.
Staff, every time we say the word beyond now, we're just like, ah.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should scream.
Yeah.
Yeah. For all you people that don't know, just check it out. Word of the day, Pee Wee's Playhouse on YouTube. I'm sure they have some clips or something like that for all the people that have no idea what we're talking about. But,
free plug for Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse.
Yeah.
But so we've got the film festival, we've got the auction. We also will be having a really cool post-conference event. And I cannot stress enough how cool this event's going to be. We've been keeping it hush hush intentionally, but it's going to be free to the public. So you do not have to attend the conference to be part of this event that will take place in the evening on August 1st. But it's an immersive taiko concert experience. And what I mean by immersive, and this is so incredible that we have the capacity to do this now, but we're creating an 8-bit taiko world, like a TCA world that you can create an 8-bit avatar to walk through and go to the 8-bit arena to go see a concert that we are filming special with high-tech cameras and stuff in LA as we're speaking, to kind of cap off and end Beyond the Drum in a really cool Beyond the Drum kind of way. So it's going to be an event like none other. And again, this one's open to the public. I think we're accepting donations to view that one. So tell all of your friends. It's going to be like watching taiko in a way you've never done before. So definitely recommend that as well at the end of the program.
Yeah, I got sidetracked because I was going to ask another question about something else, and now you blow my mind with this.
Yeah,
I had not really heard too much about this before. So, wow, my first question was going to be like, so we're going to be the 8-bit people that are going to go to the 8-bit theater, or we're going to watch 8-bit taiko, but I guess that's probably not the case.
Yeah, so let's clarify, right? Like the taiko performance is not going to be 8-bit. It's going to be, with things like 360 cameras and really cool stuff. And we've pulled some artists together to make something really special. And like I said, they're filming. Actually, thank you to Asano, because they're filming at Asano's studio right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is the weekend they're filming it, which is really great. So the committee will probably be viewing that footage in the next couple of weeks. But you'll get to be an 8-bit person walking into the world, and then this video will pop up of the concert, and you'll get to watch the concert with your friends like we're doing in Zoom, and you'll get to talk and chat and do your little hearts across the screen or whatever you would like to do for the concert.
Okay, I see.
But then there's also other parts of the TCA world that we've created too. So we'll have an information booth about TCA and a spot to go talk to just friends in like affinity spaces that we've created also with 8-bit buddies.
Mm-hmm.
So you could talk to, fellow Talkin Taiko with Tyrone fans in your own little like 8-bit club that we make in the town of TCA. So it's going to be really neat.
I was actually thinking, I was like, I was joking about the 8-bit taiko, but that would actually be really interesting to watch, like Jack Bazaar in 8-bit. That'd be actually kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so now this is open to the public. So this is kind of you have to see it live and experience it live, because this is not something that's going to be kind of recorded and broadcasted as a part of your like buying into registration for the conference.
Yeah, this is separate from Beyond the Drums, like full access to the recorded content. This is going to be something that I think if you miss it live, you're going to miss out on how truly special and magical it is, because I've never seen taiko presented in this way in the virtual space for a concert. It's going to be really cool.
And so what time is this part of the program happening, so that way people can make sure that they can, if they're not going to be able to go to the conference, or they're going to the conference, that they can also kind of plan to block out this part of the day, because as everyone knows, when we're in a virtual space, or a lot of people that probably know when they've been working in that virtual space, because you're at home, it's not like you're actually physically away somewhere where you can focus all the time on kind of what's going on. You get distraction, like I was just telling Christina ahead of time, like TMI, but it's like, oh, had to change the diaper, and it was a little bit more involved diaper change than normal. So like those kind of things happen when you're not physically at a conference space, and so just so that people can kind of block that off mentally, time wise, what does that look like that this is going to be happening?
Yeah, that's a fair question. So the last day of the conference, of course, is Sunday, August 1st, and our closing session is going to wrap up at about 5 p.m. Pacific. Now, we do anticipate, because it's going to be closing and everyone's going to be riding high on positive energy and having a good time, that there will be some stragglers kind of lingering out of the concert space. So I'm sorry, not the conference space. So the concert, the 8-bit concert space should be opening around 6 p.m. Pacific.
Okay.
And we're still trying to work out the details on how soon after it opens the concert itself will begin. But that way people will be able to navigate and get oriented to the space and check out some of the other cool stuff we have in there before the concert actually starts as well.
And is there like a separate website they would need to go to enter that space, or?
Yeah, that link will be posted publicly closer to the event itself.
Got it.
But we're using it's like it's VR, but it's a different reality space called gather.town.
Mhm.
So if you're curious to kind of see what your 8-bit avatar could look like, you could go and do the free demo. I've been playing with I wanted blue hair the other day, so I have an 8-bit
Okay.
blue haired version of myself now. But it's just gather.town, and that's kind of like a sneak peek into the type of technology we're using to create this world. But as far as what our world looks like, TCA, it's being custom designed by volunteers for TCA and staff. So
I see. Okay. I don't know, Stuart, did you think when you first started playing Taiko all those years ago that we'd be having 8-bit avatars of ourselves being able to go watch a Taiko conference from the comfort of our home?
Not at all. Not at all. I was thinking maybe VR glasses, but that's as far as I got.
Yeah.
This is pretty amazing. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, this is cool. It's like I had not heard about this part, so that's exciting. Now again, and if you can't say, that's okay too. And so people are just going to have to go to the website and learn more about it. But can you give us a little bit of sneak peek? We know that it's being taped at Asano. We know that it's going to be probably some LA-based folks. But can you give us any hints or sneak previews on some of the people that either groups or individuals that might be participating in this show, or can we not say that yet?
I'm going to intentionally not say this because I want the hype to be built up a little bit on this one.
Okay.
But I will tell you a couple of hints, right? It's
Okay.
not just LA based artists. We actually flew someone else in
Oh.
from out of LA to do this.
Okay.
And the artists, some of them are also presenters at Beyond the Drum.
Oh,
So
okay.
those are the only hints you get right now, because I love giving Tyrone exclusives, but this one we're going to keep a surprise, I think, for the general public.
Okay. So you're not. So are you going to announce them at all anywhere, like on the website or anything at some point in time, or?
Yeah, we'll likely release
Okay.
that information in July.
Okay.
But up until I think this next issue of TCA Beat, which comes out next week,
Yeah.
we're gonna very top secret stuff.
Okay.
Very hush hush.
I didn't know to what level of secrecy we were going here. If it was just because this is kind of like the first big media blitz, probably, I'm guessing, for this event. Well, maybe not first, but I guess, well, not that there's a big Taiko media, but I mean.
The Taiko paparazzi are chomping at the bits for this information. Well, Tyrone's a trusted TCA family member at this point, but we've been like gradually over the last month just feeding a little bit at a time through like our emails and on Facebook. But now that other events like congratulations have completed, we're going to focus on giving out a lot more about what Beyond the Drum is going to be at the end of summer. So
I see. Okay. Yeah, and I should have wrote it down. It's like I was going to talk more about kind of going back, like I said, those games and those different lunchtime activities, but I got so sidetracked that I completely forgot what I was going to ask you about that. But just kind of going back to that, was there anything else that we didn't cover already in regards to kind of what's happening kind of during those lunchtime? Because I guess during the lunchtime, you can go to the mentors, you can come play the games. There's going to be some open spaces to kind of network and hang out. And I'm guessing that it's like, you don't necessarily have to have like a webcam, so you don't necessarily have to be on camera in these different sessions, right? It's like if you want to do audio only, or if you didn't want to turn your camera off or something like that, that's going to be okay for this, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. We want to create a safe space virtually for all attendees. And so, your own space and your own comfort level, especially with some of the topics, they might be a little bit more hard hitting than others. So we want you to enjoy that experience in the way that you are most comfortable to do that. And we have, really smashing list of facilitators who are well equipped to navigate those conversations with attendees too. And some of the topics, depending on what you register for, might even have some pre-work, just
Okay.
for the nature of what they're going to be discussing. So that type of communication will happen shortly after you actually register for Beyond the Drum. But
Okay.
it's going to be really, I think, groundbreaking. I'm going to say groundbreaking. Beyond the Drum is going to be groundbreaking for the Taiko community. So
Yeah. Is there a deadline on when you can sign up?
So here's what's cool about virtual conferences. There's no deadline to sign up. We would
Nice.
love it if you signed up earlier, because that helps us plan all of the other fun events and things like that. And we can accommodate how many attendees will be able to go and partake in those activities. Also, if you sign up for something with pre-work and you do it 2 days before the conference, just know that you got to do your homework and it's still due on time to the teacher, right?
Yeah, that's why I didn't think about that till right now when you talk about that pre-work. I was like, oh wait, is there a deadline? So
Yeah.
okay.
But you can register well into July for the conference and still get all the materials you need to be prepared and enjoy yourself there.
Awesome. So my question is, Stewart, since you've been so quiet this whole time, it's like
He's
you
been
have so many
atypically quiet. It's throwing me off.
So
yes.
Yeah, let me ask you this. So now are you gonna be able to I know you're on the committee, so you're doing a lot of like the behind the scenes background work, but are you gonna be able to attend some of the sessions too, or are you gonna be working the whole time?
I am ready to help the whole time, and I'm really jonesing to go to the marketplace and to take some of the workshops.
And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, what's nice about this one is that even though if you are working the entire time, you could actually go back and watch them for another month later.
Exactly.
I don't know why I'm laughing about that, but I just thought about that. I was like, wait a minute here.
Not that I'm knocking physical gatherings, because I still want to plan an NATC a couple of years from now.
Yeah.
But this virtual stuff, I'm kind of getting hooked on, with all the perks of doing it from your pajamas and the comfort of your own home, and it's going to be really great.
Awesome. So Stewart, no excuses then. You get to, I guess you get to have it all.
It's true. I am so psyched. And I've been quiet because Christina is one of the people who does so much of the work in this organization, or in getting BTT together. And yeah, Christina, you're just on top of so much of the info. I've been getting lazy and just, yes, being behind the scenes.
Yes.
That's okay. I'll take a vacation this summer, and you can just take the reins from there, and it'll be great.
Yeah. Behind the scenes from Beyond the Drum. I was gonna say behind the drum. I'm like, no, that's not correct. They both start with B. So
Yep.
But anyways, I think we covered a lot of the stuff that's going to be happening, and we kind of on our hit list here of some of the things that we definitely want to talk about. Am I missing anything? Is there anything else that you think that we should let the people know about, or any I don't want to say final words, but anything you guys want to kind of highlight, or what I guess maybe what's the thing that that you each are looking forward to attending, or I guess watching or experiencing, even if you can't, like I said, do it live, where you can go back and look at some of these things, unless it's of course this post-concert, which you would have to do live. But outside of that, like what are the things that you are looking forward to the most about attending this conference?
Stewart, you want to go first on this one? This is
Yes,
a tough
please.
question. Yep.
I'm excited about the in-between times, in between the workshops, because to me, that's a different kind of interactive, in the moment time. And like you said, I have a month after that to go check out all the official events, or the the official workshops. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm also excited about seeing how awesomely we support the marketplace during Beyond the Drum.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I am.
Awesome.
He just wants to hang out and go shopping. I think I'm kind of in a similar vein, which is cool. But the Taiko nerd in me is really looking forward to having conversations with people about stuff that I've always wanted to talk to them about. and I never get a chance to at the at performances or conferences, right? So stage management is a big passion of mine. We've got two
Okay.
sessions led by experts in the field on stage management and the art of producing taiko, from that technical point of view, right? We've also got different perspectives from the collegiate community coming
Yep. Okay.
forward. Those are the things Josh Yoon's presenting.
Yep.
And I also am starting to have a growing passion of learning about different types of accessibility within the taiko community. And
Okay.
that topic will be addressed from many different angles from experts like Sydney Shiroyama
hmm
and Shizuko Endo, and even Kodo is bringing forward a program called Exadon, which is what they describe as like how taiko has limitless possibilities. And
Okay.
I think I told you once, in one of the previous times we've talked, Tyrone, but my family's motto is if you have a heartbeat, you can make a drum beat.
Mhm.
And that's something that resonates very strong with me. And I think the spirit of that is going to come true with a lot of the topics that we're bringing forward. So I'm looking forward to feeling that type of emotion at the conference as well.
Mhm. Awesome. Yeah, I just, like I said, looking at some of the people that are going to be kind of participating and knowing what they're going to be able to bring to the table, I think it's going to be people are going to be able to learn a lot. I think that there's going to be a lot of good discussion. I think that people are going to be able to learn a lot and think about things that, like you kind of said, that we just don't really think about. And a lot of times, I think that at like NATC, that sometimes like the info sessions kind of get like, or the discussion sessions get a bad rap because I think everyone's so excited to play and they don't want to talk, they want to play.
Right.
But
Yeah.
in this space, I think that they're going to kind of be able to say, oh, you know what? Oh, I really wanted to go to that, learn about stage management or this other kind of issue, but it's like, I really want to take this workshop from so-and-so taiko leader. It's like, I'm going to go do that, and things like that. And so I think that this is going to give an opportunity for those folks to be able to kind of explore those things that, in some cases they probably didn't even realize that that's what they wanted to do. Or in some cases that it's the things they've always wanted to do, but they've always kind of put the priority to actual doing playing or learning how to a skill or learning how to teach and stuff like that, as opposed to kind of really sitting down and, thinking about taiko from like the other aspects, because, I think that's one of the really interesting, cool things about taiko, as an art form and as a community and just as an experience, right, is that, yes, you could do it's physical, it's artistic, it's musical, it's but it's also like business, right? You can learn about business, you can learn about kind of nonprofit grants, stage management, touring, all different types of things. There's different like identity, social justice, community awareness, right? Building community. So there's all these different aspects that we can kind of take from just kind of this like art form that we do, this, beating on these drums, and kind of, expand it to all these different places that, off the top of your head, you're just like, oh yeah, I go and I play these drums. But like really, if you really dig into that next level, there's so many different ways that you can kind of, what I want to say, expand your own personal growth, right? Kind of as a person and as a person in the community, to learn different skills. And I think we're so fortunate that we do have such a diverse, group of people in our community that can present these different types of skills too. Because I'm sure there's people, and I've never really taken a survey. Actually, yeah, I think that, let me ask you this question. I don't know if you know this, but have we ever taken some type of survey to really see kind of like, what is your day job? Like, what is like the professional makeup of our community? Like, we have like, because I'm guessing that we probably have everything that you could think of, right? But I mean, has there ever been any that you were aware of, either one of you aware of, that where we've actually kind of took a survey or a part of the census to figure out like what other people actually do, like what other skills we have out there in our community?
Stewart, do you have an answer for this one?
I think there's a lot of data that got collected with the Taiko census.
Mm.
And I'm just trying to remember if that was one of the questions.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Yeah. So I know in the 2016 census, they looked at like Tycho lifestyle based questions. So they
Mhm,
asked about how much time you devote a week to practice, and those carried over to the 2020 census also.
mhm.
But 2016 also had questions about spending habits and those types of things,
Oh.
and less about like what you did professionally and stuff. I will say that there's plans in the works for TCA. We'd love to have a brief questionnaire like that, but it's mostly as like a screening thing for future volunteers. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to volunteer with TCA, we'd love to know what your day job is and your skill sets are, because
Yeah.
I don't like numbers. So anyone that's really good at like data management and stuff, that'd be fantastic. But
Yeah.
you're right, Tyrone. Our community is the most generous, most hardworking, and most diversely talented community, I think, in the whole planet. We're just awesome. So yeah, there's tons of folks out there.
Yeah, and I was thinking about that, for a couple of different reasons. One, just kind of in general, right, talking about the wealth of knowledge that we have as a community, but also just because I'm kind of foreshadowing, and Christina, you and I talked about this before, about that scholarship that we're looking at, scholarships or some type of grant based uh, fund or foundation that I'm talking with some people to potentially start setting up. Still on the back burner right now, but it's something in the future. And someone like some type of a lawyer or someone based in that type of realm might be someone good to kind of talk with if anyone would like to join our committee. So self-plugging my own things, but this is my show, so I can do whatever I want.
Right, you can do that.
But no, but seriously though, it's like, yeah, I actually might be eventually posting something kind of on our community page to look for someone, if anyone's interested in that or knows of someone that is looking to do some pro bono work. But or if in some cases we can't and we have to pay for it, then I mean, at least that we know that we have a trusted person or someone that's in the community that we can kind of talk to that knows a little bit about what we do, right? And so you don't have to kind of take, especially right with your talk with lawyers, a lot of time that time is money. So I don't have to explain what Taiko is. I could just go into like part 2 and say, okay, this is what I want to
Right.
do. So, but
Yeah.
in any case, I think that it's going to be awesome that that we are going to be able to pull from this wide range of people to put on a conference like this. So, with that being said, yeah, any other final thoughts, or are we going to call it a day here?
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to, this is this closest physical gathering for Tycho I've experienced in about 18 months. So I
Yeah.
just can't wait to see people at Beyond the Drum. I'll give you virtual hugs and high fives, and it'll be so great to see everyone there. We are hoping that Beyond the Drum serves, kind of as that positive injection of energy for the community, as well as just a place where you can grow and learn a lot in 3 days' time. But yeah, I'm just so excited, and I look forward to seeing as many people there as possible.
Awesome.
I'd like to say, please register for Beyond the.
Nice.
That's the patented backhanded bowling pin stroke.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was gonna say, is that a bowling pin? It is.
That is a
Nice.
bowling
It's a
pin.
plastic bowling pin.
Yeah. So for the people who are listening to this and not watching on YouTube or somewhere that we post this, Stewart has a sitting in front of his larger Daiko, which he then hit with a plastic bowling pin. So it is beyond the drum when he hit it with the bowling pin. So
Beyond the
I
Drum.
I
Tyrone
think
brought it full circle. Great.
yes. I think that's a good way to close. So, hey, thanks you two for coming on the show, and thank you for letting me be a part of talking about this amazing opportunity and this amazing conference. So, again, just go to TCA's website. That's just taikocommunityalliance.org, and then there's going to be links right there on that main page to get you to Beyond the Drum. So keep checking that out because there's going to be more information about that as it becomes live, with more schedules about different activities, information about the post concert that we're going to learn more about. So just check it out, and I'm going to try to be putting that information up, at least a link to the main page itself on our website, on the Facebook page. And so that way, if people are listening to this, they can just go check it out on Facebook and then click the link and get right to it. So make sure to register, make sure to come sign up for my info sessions. And you know what I wanted to ask about, that I remember what it was. One of the things that you talked about, you said, and I think you said this because I have baby brain, but you said that there's going to be some type of silent auction.
Yes.
Yes, we didn't really go into that. What's happening with the silent auction? Like, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I did talk a little bit about things like that plastic 3D printed Oni mask and
Oh, that's
really
right.
cool
Yeah, I
stuff.
did. I do have baby
Yeah.
brain. Okay,
No,
you're
but
right.
that's okay. The auction will start officially, like you can start bidding during the opening session of the conference. So we'll do like the general housekeeping and welcome people into the space for the conference on July 30th, and then we'll make an announcement and officially turn it on for bidding at that time. And then it will be closed out at the end of the conference, which is August 1st. So you'll have that nice
Okay, got it.
3-day window to bid, and we're going to use again, it's all virtual, so you're going to be able to use a platform that will allow you to like set your max bid and kind of walk away from it, or it'll send you alerts if you've been outbid. It's going to be pretty convenient
Awesome.
with the virtual shopping and stuff. So
Okay, sounds good. Sorry, that's right. We did talk about that. I
that's
forgot.
okay. You're allowed to have baby brain. This is a very important time in your life, and we're very happy for you. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Did I sign up for the silent auction too?
No, I
Okay.
think you
We were
did.
talking about it, but then we thought maybe
Mhm.
it's not a good idea. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I
Never
think
mind.
you have a lot of hats on already. And we said, you know what? We don't need to peer pressure Tyrone into doing a silent auction item.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Wait, I thought. Oh, maybe we could talk about offline because I thought actually we changed our mind and we did. We could talk about that later. Check it out, and you will find out by checking out the silent auction. It's a cliffhanger to find out if there is
Cliffhanger.
going to be something with the Talkin Taiko with Tyrone show on the silent auction. Maybe there is, maybe there's not. Check it out. Taiko CommunityAlliance.org. Beyond the Drum. All right. Stewart, Christina, thanks again for coming on the show.
Thanks, Tyrone.
Thank you for having us.